Hello Cancer, thank you for joining me. I'm Anushka and this is your May 2017 astrology forecast. This month we have the North Node moving into Leo, which is a far more fun place for all of us. A lot of us have probably been doing a lot of work on ourselves, having had it in Virgo, and a lot of self-improvement. There's been a lot of honesty with self, and now it's moving into Leo where we can start to enjoy life a little bit more. And we've also got Saturn trining Uranus as well, which is really great energy. This is positive change, positive reform on a social level, on a societal level, as well as on a personal level. So those are the two main aspects that I'm really excited about this month. So starting off with the 3rd of May, Mercury turns direct, so everything is good to go. Your plans are good to go forward. I feel like you've possibly been doing a lot of thinking about your career, about what you want to do, what you do in the world. And so now if there are any plans you want to put into action, it's safe, you know, it's safe to go ahead and apply for that job or accept that job. Buy those larger expensive items or purchasing electronic goods, those kinds of things. Travel, communication should all start to flow a lot more easily now. But you should have a clearer picture, Cancer, over what you do in the world. I feel like perhaps as you've been questioning this, you've been questioning, you know, what you do, what you want to do. And so maybe, you know, this Mercury retrograde period has given you a little bit of insight and you've had a chance to go over some things and do some research. So that's really nice. On the 4th, we have the Sun in your 11th house, and that's sextiling Neptune in your 9th house. And so this to me is kind of highlighting your, I feel like, you know, because the 11th house is your goals and your dreams and your wishes, as well as the groups we belong to, networking, you know, and organizations we belong to. But it's also your goals and your dreams, you know. It's and you know, with Neptune in the 9th house there, I feel like you might be feeling it quite inspired in terms of what you want to give to the world, what you want to put out there, what you might want to connect with. Causes, charitable causes. You might want to connect with something that is of service to humanity, that gives back in some sort of a way. You might be wanting to connect with groups of people who work in charitable ways. You might be feeling quite inspired on this day and possibly quite creative as well. On the 9th, we have the Sun in that 11th house of yours, and that's trining Pluto. Pluto being in your 7th house. So this is support, and this is support from partnerships, one-on-one partnerships. Could be a business partnership, it could be also your romantic partnerships, but business partnerships are definitely favoured if you are thinking of perhaps what's the word? If you're thinking of joining forces with somebody in terms of a project or a creative goal or anything like that, then this could put quite a bit of power behind that, and you could come up with some powerful ideas. Great day for networking. You'll probably come across really well. Anything you've got to do on social media, you'll probably present yourself quite well. It's quite an intense energy, so you'll probably have quite a bit of presence in terms of how you present yourself to groups and to to groups basically, and in terms of networking. And I mean, if you do anything like, for instance, this, you know, if you're on YouTube or anything, it could be a good day for doing a video to put on YouTube. You might come across quite powerfully, quite intensely. This is also transformational energy as well, you know, so it has the power to kind of transform how you're seen in terms of your one-on-one partnerships, and transform how you come across in that sense. And you might find that there's a change in how you go about doing things. You might kind of hit upon an idea and find that actually that presents you in a better way than you'd presented yourself before, you know, because often when we do anything that involves speaking to the public or networking, communicating with a lot of people, you know, we have to be aware of how we come across, and sometimes you find that something works better than another thing. So this could be a day where you get an idea that kind of allows you to come across in a more powerful way. On the 10th then, we have quite a few aspects. The first one we have is the North Node moves into Leo. So for you, the North Node moves into your second house. So this is quite nice. I like this for you. The North Node's been in Virgo, in your third house. Like I said, a lot of us have been doing a lot of evaluating of ourselves and a lot of work on ourselves. For you, you might have been looking at how you speak to people, how you communicate. That might have come up for you. And you might have been thinking about how you think about yourself, what your self-talk has been. You might have been thinking about the whole idea that, you know, our beliefs and ideas create our realities. And so now it moves into Leo. So Leo is fun, Leo is self-expression, Leo is about connecting with our heart center and allowing the best of ourselves to come forward and expressing our own unique creativity and sharing it with the world. It's about creating we're all being asked to create a brotherhood and sisterhood that comes from true self-expression and comes from heart-centered being. And so for you with this in Leo, it could very well be that you find yourself creating something that leads to ends up being profitable. So it could be something creative that you do that becomes quite profitable and actually kind of adds to your resources and to your wealth on some level. You might find that you actually enjoy working with your resources. This could be a time when you get a lot of enjoyment out of working with your resources and structuring them. And you know, resources aren't just money, you know, it's our energy, it's our time, and so this might be a good time to look at restructuring those so you get the most out of them and actually making your money work for you. But like I said, it could also mean that you gain money through doing something that you really love, that you're really passionate about. So that's really lovely. Also on the 10th, we have the full moon in your 5th house. So this just highlights it again. The 5th house is naturally ruled by Leo. And so, you know, this brings a highlight to what you love doing, your creative self-expression, romance, children. So this could be like a peak experience. So it's quite nice that as the North Node moves into Leo, you've now got a full moon in that 5th house, which is naturally ruled by Leo. So this is about a peak experience in terms of maybe even with your children, love, creativity, self-expression and heart-centered. So there could be some healing even that could be done around there. If there have been any issues with children, if you've been having any difficulties there, there could be some healing there. But this could be a really lovely peak experience as well. Right, on the 11th, I'm jumping ahead a little bit. On the 11th, we've got Mercury in Aries, trining Saturn in Sagittarius. And for you, Mercury's in your 10th house and Saturn's in your 6th house. So this is really positive energy. This is thinking about how you can get ahead, but how you can structure your day-to-day life, how you can structure what you do in order to get to where you want. So this is very good in terms of business goals that you might have, in terms of working out the details, you know, anything to do with leadership, precision. If you need to make a plan, if you've got like a goal, and if you need to make a plan as to how to get there and how to achieve that goal, this is a great day for working out those details. Saturn will be supporting you, it will be helping you to get to the core of the matter, and your thinking will be clear, and this is really great energy for that. So that's a really positive day, especially for those of you who are in business, who own your own business, anything like that. This is really good. It's good organisation and that kind of thing. Really good if you're in the business world. Right, on the 16th, I lost myself. On the 16th, Mercury enters Taurus. So Mercury goes into your 11th house, so where your mind has been very much on what you do in the world. Now it goes into your 11th house and you're thinking more about networking, how you can get your product out there or your services out there, or how you can meet the right clients, that type of a thing. What groups you belong to, your friends, your friendships, thinking about them. Maybe you want to, maybe you're looking to kind of, expand your friendship circle a little bit, because the sun is here in your 11th house as well. So maybe you're, you know, shining a light on friends, groups you belong to. So maybe you're starting to think about these things as well. You know, the 11th house also rules our goals and our wishes. So it's not that different in some ways from the 10th house. You know, this is still about your goals and in some ways your career and what you want to do. But it's the more friendly aspect of it. It's more sociable. It involves other people into your career. And so your mind's likely to be on these kinds of things. Where are we? I seem to have completely lost myself. Bear with me one moment, Cancer. Did I say on the 11th or the 16th? Let's have a look. 16th. Yeah. So yeah, you might be rethinking these kinds of things and making some decisions. You know, looking to make maybe some changes in terms of what groups you associate with, or how you do things in terms of your networking, in terms of PR, that kind of thing. So then on the 19th, Saturn in Sagittarius in your 6th house trines Uranus in your 10th house in Aries. And this is transformational energy. This is the ability to make positive changes and not throw the baby out with the bathwater. This is taking what you've learnt works, whilst also being able to implement the new. If there's something that's been holding you back in terms of your career, in terms of your reputation, your status, whatever it is that you do, now you'll be able to transform this and hopefully transform it with the least amount of pain as possible. Sometimes we don't realise how we get in our own way, and sometimes it can be that, you know, you think that you're really working hard towards your goal, but actually there are a lot of distractions that come up in your day-to-day experience that actually take a lot of time and energy away from what you're trying to achieve, and you don't realise how much time you actually spend on these distractions. So it can be restructuring things and having insights and making positive change to support your dreams and your goals. You know, and in turn, your health habits and your day-to-day work schedule and your routine. It can be that you're looking at the service that you provide, that you give to others, and it might be that you're looking to blend what you do in the world with a feeling of service. Maybe you want to do something that you mean something. You know, there's the opportunity for you to do that. This is transitional energy, and if there's anything chaotic in terms of your career or in terms of your health habits, in terms of your day-to-day routine, this is the opportunity for you to be able to structure that and gain really good rewards as a result. You know, Saturn wants you to be structured. It wants you to have a structured routine. It wants you to have good health and to be looking after your body. It wants you to give of yourself when you can, but not to the point of exhaustion, or not to the point where it robs you of your own energy. And it wants to support what it is you do. It wants to support that change that you want to make in terms of what you do. So if there's a transformation you want to make in terms of your career, this is really supportive. Saturn and Uranus are there shaking things up. And it's a great time for collaboration. It's a great time for reforming things, because, you know, this brings tradition together with new ways of doing things. So you might have really amazing ideas as to how to kind of transform your line of work, or how to do something that maybe other people have done, but do it in a new way. So you've got something special to offer. So we love that energy. On the 20th, we have the Sun entering Gemini. So the Sun goes into your 12th house, Cancer. So this will have your energy levels are going to kind of come more inwards a bit. Whenever I think about the Sun going to the 12th house, I always see it slightly, it's almost like it kind of hugs into itself. And it's like a bit of energy conservation. My speech is all over the place today. It's a bit of energy conservation. I think that's the right word. And so this is what happens, you know, as we're about to come into our birthday month, because we kind of tend to reflect on all the lessons that we've had, and we absorb the energy of the previous year and assimilate it all. So the Sun will be going to your 12th house. You might start reviewing a little bit what's been going on. Your energy levels might be a bit more low. You might want some time to yourself. Take it, that would be really good. Spend time in meditation, in nature, spend time writing, or whatever, you know, just time to think, you know, to yourself, and that might be really nice for you. On the 25th, we have a new moon in that 12th house again of of, you know, what is hidden in your private time, your private life. And this could see you, because it's in Gemini, it could see you feeling a bit curious in terms of maybe wanting to explore maybe slightly psychic or more mystical things associated with things that are kind of behind the scenes, that type of stuff. That could come up, maybe to do with self-help, anything like that. But there's a new moon in the 12th house, so this is nice because it's almost like a bit of a reset button. It's you know, we're going into that 12th house and you're assimilating, like I said, with the sun going there, you're assimilating all of the events of the last year. At the same time, you're kind of clearing out on an emotional level, and you're getting ready to start your next solar year as you go into your birthday. So you're getting a bit of a reset in this 12th house, which is quite nice, and I like that. Right, on the 25th, we also have Venus in Aries, Venus in that 10th house of yours, and it's squaring Pluto in your 7th house. So with this energy, you know, this can be quite intense, it can be quite a passionate energy, it can be a bit of a manipulative kind of energy. Squaring, kind of, I feel like there could be a bit of a tug of war between you and a partner, maybe your responsibilities to your partnership you feel are kind of overshadowing what you need to do work-wise or career-wise. There could be a bit of something that needs to be looked at, something that needs to change in terms of your dynamic in your partnership if you're with somebody, or if you have a business partner. Maybe there's something that needs to be looked at and needs to be corrected. It could be finances, joint finances, that come to the forefront, and how your resources are affected by your partner, that kind of a thing. So that's something to be mindful there. On the 29th, we have Mars, which is in that 12th house of yours. So your energy has been quite low because Mars is in that 12th house. Now with, you know, the Sun and Mars there, you're coming into yourself a little bit more. But on the 29th, Mars opposes Saturn in Sagittarius. So it could be that there's a responsibility that you have, you know, some sort of work responsibility, some sort of service, whatever it is, somewhere you've got to be on that day, and really you just want to just take the day off and you want to chill and you just want to have time to yourself, and you just, you know, it's a bit of a pull between, you know, desires and responsibility, and you might just want to hide away from the world, but there might be something you have to attend to. So that's something to be aware of. On the 31st, we have Mars then in that 12th house of yours, sextiling Uranus in your 10th house, and this is about new experiences. Uranus is about the new, and you know, Mars is your desire and your drive, and you could be feeling quite restless, you could be feeling driven to try something different in terms of how you approach what you do in the world. Maybe you want to be a bit experimental in terms of how you express yourself in your career, or kind of maybe start thinking of like different things you could possibly do and entertaining different ideas. But this is wanting new experiences and feeling a bit restless with the way things are. I wouldn't make any sweeping changes right now, just because you have got a lot of 12th house energy going on, and whether you'd have the ability to be able to keep up with that, I don't know. But certainly on this day, you might just be wanting to do something a bit different. It could be that some interesting news comes to you about what you do that gives you an opportunity to test the waters with something different, you know? So you have to tell me, because you never know what it could be with Uranus. Uranus is so kind of unpredictable at the end of the day. But I really like this month, and I think it's really good energy, and we all deserve it, you know. This is really great soul evolution for us. This is positive karma, and you know, it's a chance for us to start just really kind of, with that North Node in Leo, it's a chance for us to start expressing who we are and sharing it with the world. And Saturn trining Uranus is allowing us to break free of old, outworn patterns of behaviour or ways of doing things. And so there's a lot of liberation and self-expression that can really be brought forward this month. And I'm really excited about that. And the Saturn trine Uranus energy carries on and goes exact again on the 11th of November this year. And if you have any planets at all in fire signs, so Leo, Aries or Sagittarius, then they will definitely be affected by this. But yeah, positive energy, so I'm really happy about that. Thank you for watching, Cancer. I will see you next month. If you'd like to catch up with me in the meantime, then I'll be doing a new moon video and also a full moon video for May. Okay, take care. Bye bye.